Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, how old are you?
29.
29. I'm sorry, we're talking about dating standards and rules of engagement. Are you single or are you married?
I am single.
Any kids by any chance?
3.
All by the same father?
Yes.
Uh, are you guys still together?
We are not.
Okay. So are you dating?
On and off I am. Right now I'm not.
Right.
But
So what did you have on the topic?
so you asked the last lady about like the first time that it should be like a touch or like
Yeah.
intimacy touch.
Breaking the touch barrier. How long? How long before first deep kiss? And how long before sex?
Well, I'm more of a person who believes in like instant like connection, like an instant contact. So like I feel as though if I've accepted a date from a guy, then like there has to be some type of physical connection there because otherwise I wouldn't have, accepted the date.
Okay.
As far as like the intimacy touching, like
So breaking the touch barrier on the first date?
I mean, like you didn't go into specifics as far as
Yes, I
like
did. I
we
did.
can hold
Very
hands.
specific. I said touch barrier. Putting your hand on the smaller back.
Yeah, that can happen the first night. What if we go dancing or something? I'm just saying.
Okay. Then kissing.
If the date goes well, it's okay to kiss on the first night.
Okay. Sex.
Sex, I would say like 90 days because we're still getting to know each other, And then on top of that, like I'm a firm believer, like it takes time to get to know somebody, and like I want to know where your head is before I give you my body.
How many dates in a 1 week period are you talking about?
In a week, I would say I would on the average like two and a half, because the half may count for like maybe after a lunch date or something like that.
Okay. So that's 2.5 dates a week. That's 5 dates every 2 weeks. That's 10 dates a month. That's 30 dates. A man needs to take you on 30 dates before he has sex.
Yeah, but I mean the dates don't have to be like public dates. Like we can stay in the house and talk, cook
I
dinner,
gotta
have
see
a
you
little.
on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday afternoon. Times 3. Then, why?
Why what? Why wait the 90 days?
Well, you said, I'm just going on, I'm asking.
Oh, why
Yeah,
the
because
10
Tuesday,
days?
Thursday, Sunday afternoon, that's 2.5 dates. And that's 5 dates every 2 weeks, or it's 10 dates a month. Times 3 months, that's 30 dates. Whether they're public or not. What's the logic there?
The logic is I'm still trying to get to know you. That is the thing.
What do
Before
you
I
need to
even,
know about me? What do you need to know about your date before you decide to have sex with them?
well, I want to know a lot of stuff. I want to know long-term goals, short-term goals. I mean, I want to get to
Are
know
you
like
dating? Are you dating? Are you looking to get married?
I am.
Okay. Um, are you when you start dating? Are you planning on dating with the intentions to be married?
Yes, I have to say yes.
Are you a wife?
I am not at the current moment.
Um, Now you got to understand where men are coming from. A woman has 3 children, and you expect a man to wait 30 dates.
Yeah, why not? I'm just saying, like, why not? I mean, my amount of children shouldn't have to do with when I'm going to open my legs.
Why do you think that?
I mean, because at the end of the day, I shouldn't be judged on how many kids I have. Like, I still have
Yes, you
morals and
should.
values.
Yes, you should.
Why should I?
Because it matters to us men.
Okay, but that's like vice versa. Like, what if
No,
a man?
no, no, man. Okay, man. Okay, we were doing just fine. I've answered the question directly because it matters to us men. You had 3 children by men that you did not even marry. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking about if I decide in the future I want to date towards marriage. That means you're not looking just for a husband. You're looking for a stepfather before a husband. He'd have to be a stepfather.
No, I'm not looking for a stepfather before a
Okay,
husband.
you need to hold on and pump your brakes because he would be a stepfather. And he'd have to be a stepfather before he's your husband because that job. And are you having any, do you want to have any additional kids?
I don't.
Okay, so a man would come into your world and have to be a stepfather to 3 children, and he would not even get his own child, and he would need to wait 90 days and put in 30 dates. Fine,
But
man, fine, but I got one question. Why are you so expensive?
I'm expensive because I have morals and values. Like, I'm just not out here about to be dating or giving myself away to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, that's just not me. So,
Ma'am, do you realize that? So do you think your time frame of hey, we can break the touch barrier first date. First date goes well, we can kiss, but wait, before we get have sex, it's gonna take 90 days and 30 days. Do you think that is average, below average, above average, or in a high level of female requirement?
I would say it's probably average.
You think the average woman is waiting 90 days and 30 days?
It probably less dates than that, but if they're not waiting 90 days, I just don't know. They just
We're in a hookup economy. We're in a Netflix and chill economy. And I got to go back to it, man. Men don't understand why women like yourself don't understand that your children make you less valuable.
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you have children?
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm really like I
No,
really want to know.
it doesn't matter. A
Why
woman
doesn't it
having
matter?
children, because it doesn't matter. We're talking about you. Women with children are less valuable on the
So you
sexual
don't.
marketplace. It doesn't, the amount of it's a double standard. It's not the same for men.
Why isn't it though?
Because you're not supposed to be out here making babies out of wedlock. You're supposed to be with your child's father. Because women pay a higher price for having children. The same reason why nature tells you you have between so long and so long before nature shuts off your ability to have children. Not us. It's different for us. And my question is, why do you women argue with biology?
I mean, I'm not arguing with biology. It's just the simple fact that you were like, oh, you have 3 children, so like my value is just like
It's lower.
lower. But
It
it's
is.
just like
It is.
men can
Okay.
go from one.
Before you say that, I'll let you speak. Do you think what I'm saying is what the average man thinks? You having children out of wedlock, 1, 2, 3, makes your value lower than than the childless version of yourself.
No, I mean I've heard that a time or two in my life.
Okay. Do you think your sexual marketplace value with 3 children is the same as your sexual marketplace value with no children?
No.
Is it higher or lower with children?
I mean, I would say it's lower.
Okay, so why are we having this conversation if you understand that?
Because I want to know as far like why is it such a double standard? Because
Because we
men,
don't want to raise nobody else's kids.
but men come into a situation where they approach a woman and they have children from here to
That ain't
California.
the same.
Why isn't it the same though? Like they have to take care.
Right. Okay, you asked because it is. Let me tell you why. Take it to the animal kingdom. When males take over new females, what do? They kill all the other cubs. The only ones that live are the females. A man's coming into your life. He'd have to come in there and pay the mortgage. Okay, let's say I was going to marry you, right? Let's just say I'm going to marry you. Let's say our rent is $3,000. Would you expect me to pay all the rent, all the mortgage, or half the mortgage?
If our rent was $3,000, I would expect for you to pay. See, I was raised different, but I would expect for you to pay, as a man taking the lead, all of it.
Taking the lead, meaning what? So a man taking the lead, and guess what? I should really be paying $600.
Oh, why?
Why? Because you live there.
You absolutely right.
Hold on, excuse me. You gotta listen. You want to know? Because you come with you and 3 people. I come with me. 3,000 divided by 5 is $600. I got $600 worth of that living space. I ain't living in all those rooms. And see, that's the difference. And I don't even get a kid. See, that means I'm paying to raise somebody else's children. And let's just say, in my scenario, you decided to give me 1 child. And then I come to the table with food, a pizza that has 18 slices, and there are 4 children and 2 adults. That's 6 people. Do you expect every person to eat equally? Each person get 3 slices?
Yeah, that'll feel you.
And that's bullshit, because my kids should eat my food. Your children need to eat out of your out of your portion.
See, and that's the thing. Like,
Listen, this is how men think. I should bring food for you, me, and my child. So that means I get 6 slices, my kid gets 6 slices, you get 6 slices. And if you want your 3 children from another man to eat, you need to take your 6 slices and divide it with them. We'll let that happen. And that's the problem, because that's how men think. You want men to come in and provide all this because you're the head of house and you're this. And y'all do this stuff when y'all are living like rebels, having babies out of wedlock, not doing anything traditional. And then at the later point, start talking this traditional stuff, what a man's supposed to do. Well, a woman is supposed to be a wife before she is a mother, and she's supposed to stay. If you don't have that first, you can't say what a man is supposed to do. Thoughts?
I just think it's like a double standard. Like I said, like, I just feel like men are out here dating as well, and they have multiple children. And I understand you saying like it's not the same.
First off, not all men. First off, 54% of black men are single and childless. So not all men. Most men don't have any kids. 30% of black men are married. So the men who are out here with multiple children are roughly about 16 to 20% of men. But that just happens to be the men that y'all make babies with.
Or that just happens to be the men who are out here looking for a woman that they think is going to help them out at the end of the day.
Whatever.
But there are men that
it
are
doesn't matter.
like
But the point of the matter, it doesn't matter. If you decide to date a man with kids, what's on you? Because 54% are single and childless. See, here's the better question. Why didn't you get married before you decided to have kids?
me personally.
Mm-hmm.
The question was never asked. But
then why would you give a man the greatest blessing a woman can give a man without him even having to make you his wife and give you his last name? You cannot ask a man to come along after you've done that and pay a higher price. He's going to pay less or nothing. Not a man of value. The only man that will come along and do that is a man of lesser value. Because a man of higher value has options because he'd be looking for the childless version of you at best. So
Okay.
the double standard, you ladies know this exists. And this whole thing about, and I want to go back to the point to where you said, as the man, you would expect me to pay all of it. And you need
But
to,
I mean, and then as your wife, I would come and say like, hey, like, let me help as well. Like, where did we fall short at?
as my wife, you're coming in with three whole people.
Okay,
You're
and
going to listen,
before we
listen,
met,
as my wife, you would have to come in over performing. I got to bring in my part. You got to bring in your part, and for all them kids. So you better be getting it from the baby daddy, because I'm not going to pay for all of them. And I don't even get a kid, so I'm going to take care of this right here. It's because, man, do you not understand how you're basically shifting the responsibility of your baby daddy onto a man who you don't have kids with,
well,
just because he would happen to have the title of husband?
I mean, over time, that like when that goes back to dating. Like over time, those relationships will have to like develop as far as like, okay, we're dating, this is serious, like there has to be a conversation with my future husband and my kid's father. There will have to be a conversation as far as like boundaries, what he should, what a man conversation, like, hey, I know these are your children, like, however, I would like to marry her.
So in
And
other words, I got to go to another man to ask him to be a man in my own house?
no, that's not what I'm saying.
What boundaries?
You financial boundaries,
Okay. Okay,
and it
financial
shouldn't
balance.
even
I don't
be
need to,
in
okay, man, hold on. I don't need to have any conversation with that man about boundaries in my house.
you absolutely right. However, I do still believe that a conversation should be had about like, like, this is my wife, I'm going to take care of our household, however, like, these are still your children, so I don't expect for you to lack in any responsibility
What do you
because
mean?
they're your children. About as far as the children go.
So give me an example. I don't know what that means.
So
That
like,
means he can make rules in my house?
no, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, when it comes, if me and my future husband, who I did not bear children with, um, decides to marry me, and we do this whole thing, then I feel as though the conversation needs to happen between my future husband
I
and
got
my
I
kid's
understand that.
father.
What's the conversation though between the men?
The conversation should be, I future husband should say, I know that I am marrying into this, this situation that you guys have going on. However, like, I don't expect for you to lack just
Man,
because
you're
you
still
have
not
our
clear.
name.
Okay, you keep saying the same thing. It's not any more clear. What does lack mean? What does that mean?
Like, I don't expect for you to fall short on taking care of your
Fall
responsibilities
short
when it comes
meaning
to our
what?
children.
Fall short meaning
It
what?
could be, like I said, financially. It could be as far as
You
like
mean
the
you
weekend
mean
pickups
this
and
child?
stuff like that.
Hold on. Man, don't get upset that you're not making it clear. Fall short. You mean the child support he's paying?
It could be that, yes.
Then what else?
It could be something as simple as like weekend visitations or something
That's
like
set by
that.
the court.
Huh?
That's set by the
I
court.
know, but I mean, I wouldn't want my future husband to be like, okay, now that I'm your husband and these are my stepchildren, they can no longer see their father.
That's a
Like,
court order.
I understand that. But what I'm saying,
That ain't how men. That's not how men move. There's a court order. You paying child support. His visitation. Take your kids. Bye.
yeah, but I still believe as though it's out of respect though. Like,
Well, out of respect to what? That see.
that's the
Yes,
kid's father.
and this is why y'all need to marry y'all's children's father, because you want two men to come to an agreement on how to be men, because you could not sit your hot ass down and marry somebody and be a wife. I'm supposed to have to talk to this man about how I'm going to be a man in my own house. No.
No,
Fuck no.
That's not what I'm
The
trying to
kids
say.
are in the house. Can I, if I'm your husband, can I discipline the children like they're my own since I got to pay for them?
Yes.
I can whoop their ass.
Yes.
Do I need to get your permission?
No.
Do I need
Like
to get
we're
his
husband and
permission?
wife.
Do I need to get his permission?
No.
Then what else do they talk about? Because the problems don't tend to be between men. The problems tend to be between the woman being in the middle. See, when men tend to talk, we tend to work it out because as long as you take care of your kids, because he ain't trying to, first off, anybody stepping into this would be, no offense. So if they're stepping into this and they're paying more than 20%, they're getting screwed. You should have the financial, those children that you chose to make should be self-sustaining by the man you chose to make them with. The man you choose to get with, because he's getting no kids, at best should have to pay 20% of every, 20% of the lights, mortgage, gas, utilities, groceries, whatever, and whatever. And if that's not, y'all don't seem to understand that men are not raising nobody else's kids. And this is in Black America in particular. Black women have gotten to the point to where you guys almost expect black men to just be stepdaddies. And when we tell you to no, y'all are like, what? What? All our kids are out of wedlock. What, we didn't say we want this shit. I mean, what's the next highest out of wedlock group? Other women know to marry their children's father. The next lowest married group is white women at 54%. They're twice as married as you guys. And you got all these kids and they'll say, well, the man didn't ask. Do you make room for the possibility, ma'am, that you're going to die unmarried?
I have made, like, I've thought about it a time or two.
Okay. Well, that's far more likely. Especially with today. Men are not signing up to be stepfathers because I'm going to ask you, what is the advantage for a childless man to come in to be a stepfather in a situation like yours or just in general? What's the advantage to the man?
Well, you know, some men do want kids, but maybe.
Yeah, they want their own children.
Right, but what if they can't have them?
Most of them want their own children. So we're going to go with the case. That's just like saying overweight women got thyroid. Stick to the norm. What's the advantage for a man to walk into your family with another man? What's the advantage to him? See that side, gentlemen? That side was that side of there ain't one. And they don't want to say it because they love their kids. I get it. But there is no advantage. Matter of fact, stepfathers are looked at as suckers today. You know why?
You think so?
Yeah, because that's the way women have made it. When I was coming up, stepfathers were at least respected in the community. Today, stepfathers looked at as simps and suckers. And it's not because men have changed, it's because of the way women look at men and treat men have changed.
I never looked at it that way.
Maybe, I get it.
Being a sucker.
But okay, what's the advantage in what is the advantage of being a stepfather? And I was like, what's the advantage? Do you think stepfathers are respected today in the Black community?
Yeah, I don't think they're being looked at as no suckers though. Like, I mean, no, yeah. Yes. I'm gonna stand strong and firm
You
on
can
that.
stand
Yes.
strong and firm on that, but then I want you to go ask 100 black men who are stepfathers, and then get their answers. And I'm gonna tell you, as a black man who was one, I'm telling you, it's not. It's a thankless job because the child knows that you have no real power. The woman knows that those kids are hers, and at any time, she can choose to change things up. Men are just acknowledging them.
But that's why a
We're not.
conversation, that's exactly going back to the point, like a conversation needs to be had.
No, the conversation needs to be had. Yeah, here's the conversation. You go complete the family you started. That's the conversations that need to be had in the Black community. You go get back with your man you made these babies with, and y'all gone off and get out of here. Let the single people get together. That's the conversation we need to have in the Black community. Finish the family you started.
I get that too. That is a real like conversation.
There's not a two. That's the only way, because here's the next part. Here's the punchline. Go in my scenario where if you don't find a man who wants to marry you, are you making 3 times the amount a man makes? Because you got 3 kids. See, normally you need to make at least what you need to have what a woman is making, what a man is making. But with 3 kids, you need to make 3 times that. Are you making over $110,000 a year?
Not yet.
Okay. How much at age 65, when you hit retirement age? How much cash do you need to live between 65 and 85?
How much cash would I need?
Mm-hmm. How much money we need to survive for 20 years, 65 to 85? What do you think? Just ballpark.
I don't honestly know.
Just ballpark. 20 years. What do you think?
Probably around like maybe like 75K. I'll just playing. I don't know.
75,000?
Yeah, about that.
Okay, 75,000 for 20 years is 3,000, less than $4,000 a year. That's $400 a month.
Oh no.
Yeah. How much you gonna need to live for 20 years?
I'm not sure. You give me your ballpark.
Oh well, no man, this is your life. This is your life. This is your life.
All right, we can take it up to like 400K.
Ma'am, you're gonna need about 1.9 million.
Not millions.
Elderly care costs, ma'am. You gotta pay mortgage, you gotta pay utilities, you gotta pay health care, you gotta pay food, life costs. Elder care costs. It just gets expensive to age. So that's my point. So as a woman, you're not even thinking about how much money it's going to cost when you can no longer work, when you physically can't work anymore. So it's like, well, I'm gonna need $75,000. No, millions. And who's gonna pay that? You didn't work with a man to share the resources, to share the load, to invest, to get life insurance and all that stuff. You're choosing to be a single woman with 3 children. That means you got to be choosing to make $110,000+ a year and then saving that just to break even. So tell me how not getting married is an option. This is what I guess what I'm trying to get a lot of women to understand. Your life is a ticking time bomb. This is what happens when you make all the babies and don't get married. Is this country set up for single people to retire on their own?
It's definitely not.
Well, then how do y'all think y'all gonna do it? I just don't want to think about it. I just don't want to think about it.
I mean, it is something to think about.
Then why don't you go back to your child's father and y'all just marry each other? Y'all started a family.
It can't just happen like that.
Well, then if you can't
There
get
has
it,
to be if that was an option for me, there would have to be a lot of counseling.
ma'am, I don't care what it would take.
No,
That's the
just
family.
thinking.
Listen. This may sound cold, but ma'am, you got 3 kids. 1 out of 4 black women will marry in their lifetime, and you got 3 kids. So your chances probably around about less than 10%, easy. Less than 10%. You don't want to have no more kids. So I'm gonna say around about 5 to 7%.
Mm.
This is what you made, man. Counseling, I don't care. Counseling, you live in different parts of the house. Y'all better. He's paying rent, you paying rent. Y'all better figure something out because y'all got a whole lot of kids. I mean, that's just real talk, man. That's real talk. And see, it's sad that you got to have one man keep telling women this because where's your mother?
Around the corner.
Is she married?
She is.
To your father?
No, my father has passed away.
Okay. What is your mother? Is your mother encouraging you to get?
She
Nope.
does,
Did your
but
mother teach you? Were you raised to be a wife? Nope.
you don't know that.
Oh yeah, I do. Because if
Why?
you
Because
were,
I
you
got
wouldn't.
three
Ma'am,
kids.
I do know. Because all I have to do is look at your situation. If you're raised to be a wife, you wouldn't have 3 children out of wedlock. That's no offense, man. That's any woman. Any woman that's raised to be a wife tends to get married because women who are raised to be wives are in high demand. We don't have enough wives for the husbands today. We got plenty of women who want to get married, but we don't have enough wives. Wives are in high demand. They get taken like this. Why?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Spotlight News today. I think you're all alive and kicking. Let's thank the Almighty God for keeping us awake today. Many didn't make it, many didn't wake up, many didn't move, many didn't even leave their beds. Many are using life supporting machines, but who are we to be fresh and clean? Who are we to be alive? Who are we to be talking with confidence? Who are we to be wherever we are? Let's thank God. Let's be appreciative. As always, our motto, let's give respect to the fallen legend, Papa Kevin Samuels, for his work he has done to the community. He has brought light to the black society. My dear, this work is so educative, it's so interesting, it's so you can pick interest in it. You're there, you want to look for a way to navigate around men and women. Here you go, the plug is here. Just like the videos, go on all his platforms, Instagram and YouTube and other channels, like them, follow them, and here they will help you improve. Your parents and you want to educate your kids and you don't have that confidence, just give them the plug to Kevin Samuels videos. They will learn something. I tell you, at the end of the day, someone will pick interest in them and someone will pick something to learn and to educate others because they are educative videos, they are helpful videos to the community because they can help you to navigate around men and women in one way or the other. You're looking for a relationship, you want to divorce, you want to know your mistakes, you want to first touch in yourself to see where your relationship is standing. Don't worry, just look at these videos and you will know. Let's give respect to the fallen legend, Papa Kevin Samuels, and may his name stay forever. May his work be promoted forever, and may his legacy stay forever because he was the Godfather, undefeated, and at the same time, he was a man of his word. He was ready to, he wasn't a pretender. That's the thing I can use. Yeah, guys, so today we are going to look at this. I think should I use divorced? I don't know. She had 3 kids, but lucky enough on this side, she had 3 kids in one baby daddies. She has all the 3 kids with one baby daddies. Wow. Do you know why I'm clapping? Because it's not easy for these ladies to come with one baby daddy and 3 kids. Most of them they have different baby daddies with different kids. But if she had 3 baby daddies and 3 kids and one baby daddy, there is a possibility of going back to the baby daddy and be her family. This is where Mr. Asks here. If you have a family, Why don't you go and build your family with your father, with the father of the kids? You don't want your kids to have a mom and dad. You don't want your kids to have fathers and mothers like a mom and dad. So why don't you make up to your husband? What I liked about Mr. K is he could not allow breakups. He could not allow breakups. If you come in this state, why don't you go back and make a family and make that man perfect? Because there is no perfect man. It's you to make your man perfect. If not you to make your man perfect, my dear, you will look for a perfect person. Even your dad wasn't perfect. And that's the reality. There is no perfect person. Even you yourself, you can complain, but truth is to be told, you're not perfect. So a lot of ladies that come in the videos, there is a way we make our husbands to look like they are the ones which are not perfect. You don't talk about how you used to abuse your husband in bed. You don't talk about how you refused to cook. You don't talk about how you mistreated him. But why is it that most of them that come in, they are the ones being mistreated and they are the ones being cheated on? They are the ones being, why do we also see men as bad people, but even us, we are bad? That's why you need to come and no lies and you speak about the reality. And if you speak about the reality, will set you free. But a lot of ladies that come in, they are liars. Instead of saying, yeah, I also did like this, most especially, people will talk about their good side and they will say the other partner and the other side, they were the bad people. But if you're to touch and to mirror into them, they are the wrong and the bad person into the game. So guys, yeah, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Yeah, let's fight divorce. Small things don't divorce. Make up to your man unless it's worse. I would advise someone to leave when it's worse. But if you still have, you can sort it with your man and live peacefully. Live peacefully with your man and be okay. Guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Spotlight News. And let's keep legacy to the fallen legend, Papa Kevin Samuels, for his good work he has done to the community. As guys, you know, our motto, we are still in a donation week. We are donating to kids with special diseases, the street kids, those with eyebrow paralysis. I don't know why that disease is hitting up the most high number. That disease, someone told me to explain for you that disease. It's some disease that comes and paralyzes someone. It can paralyze the whole body, if not the legs, if not the hands, anywhere it wants. So I don't know why it's hitting up the most high number. But let's try to be helpful, because someone reaches an extent whereby they can't help themselves. But you never know, if you give someone food or anything, it can help them bring back their hope. It can help them bring back their life. It can help them to at least say, yes, God, thank you. Because there are some people out there, when they don't know what to eat, even the next day. But you can be someone is good Samaritan. Bye-bye. May God bless you so much and stay tuned. May God keep you safe and keep on liking and subscribing, sharing. Bye-bye.